Good morning, junkies. Ari here to break down standing deep breathing exercise. This exercise is the start to the traditional 26 and 2 hot yoga class. It involves a movement of the arms, the head, and the neck, warming up the neck and the shoulders, opening up the ribcage, improving your lung capacity and expansion. I'll start with the basics, so it's a movement of the arms and the head. You want to start with a nice tight grip like this. So it's a 10-finger interlocked grip. Notice the thumbs are crossed, pinkies are crossed, all the fingers are crossed. And you touch your hands right underneath the soft part of your chin. Try to keep your hands and your chin touching like this throughout the exercise. As you inhale, lift your chest, elbows, neck, everything up to the ceiling. Chin stays parallel to the floor. As you exhale, you look back, head goes back, elbows stretch forward, and elbows touch when the lungs are empty. It's possible to do this exercise seated, but it's better to do it standing, so you can stretch and strengthen your whole body as one unit. We'll go over some of the basics next. First, the feet. You want to stand with your feet together so your toes and heels touch like this. At first, you may stand with your feet wider if that feels better. In time, you can have your feet together. It's a little bit less stable of a structure, but it improves your balance when you stand with your feet together. At first, your feet might turn out a little bit. In time, you have the big toes together. Try to start with your big toes together if the body allows, even if the heels have to separate a little. Eventually, your toes, heels, ankles can touch. If you have hip or lower back issues, I recommend standing at first with your feet about hip width distance apart. In this exercise, you want to stand with your whole body as one unit. Everything is in one straight line, so you have a stack of the shoulders over the hips, over the knees, over the ankles. You want to keep that stack so the hips stay in a neutral position. Rather than pushing the hips forward without muscle contraction, you want to create a slight pelvic tuck of the hips. So you're using muscle contraction to maintain the stack of the joints, your whole body in one straight line. Touch hands under the chin. I'll show you a couple of breath cycles. As you inhale, elbows lift straight up. As you exhale, head goes back. There are a couple things to avoid with the hips, so I'll show you some common mistakes. You want to have no sway back here. I'll show you a sway back. Notice here more of my back is bending as opposed to just the neck. Notice also the hips moving, so the hips going too far forward. So you want to avoid this. You're only trying to move the arms, head, and neck. You also want to avoid the duck butt, so your hips don't go too far back either. So it's not this. Again, you want to keep the stack, so shoulders over the hips, over the knees, over the ankles. Using the muscles of the midsection, the stomach, the thighs, and the glutes. Keep the stack. Try to keep the spine straight, only bending the neck. Keep the hips stacked over the heels, so the body weight stays on the heel. So those are a couple of common mistakes. One thing that's also important is the neck. Each time you inhale, you want to lift up the neck. It's the movement that happens right before the start of the inhale. So at the end of the exhale, think to yourself, I'm going to lift up my neck. I'll show you a couple, and here I'm going to really focus on lifting up the neck. When you practice standing deep breathing, it's not a hunch of the shoulders. You want your shoulders to stretch. You want to lift the armpits up, but the shoulders stay relaxed down. So as you inhale, you stretch the shoulders, lift up the neck, chest, and armpits. You keep the lift as you exhale. So hopefully that gave you some good tips. Now let us practice the breathing exercise together. Stand with your feet together, toes and heels touch. Interlock all 10 fingers. Touch hands under your chin, and we'll do it together. Begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep the stomach in. Hold on to the stomach in as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. For the last couple of breaths, you can take a little longer, so you can take in more air, fuller lung. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. So that's the standing deep breathing exercise. You should always practice at least 10 of these. More than 10 is even better. And you should do either 1 or 2 sets. 3 sets is even better. So the more breathing you do, the deeper breathing you do, the better you'll feel. Mind, body, and spirit.